Item 9, the Waipapa Papanui-Innes Community Board report to Council. Ali Jones, Chair of the Board. Welcome to the table.
Hi, morning. No Part A's in our report this month. Just lots of great events happening in the ward, or about to happen in the ward. St Albans Park has been a long-awaited project. The pavilion was completed end of last year and is being used well by people. The whole of the grassed area, though, needed replacing, new drainage put in and sand top, and that's going to be, when are we doing that? 31st, is it? Yeah, 31st of March. We've got a community event there which includes the skate jam as well, so that should be a great event. The pool party, I think we might have mentioned that last time too, so we're getting another bite of the cherry with that, lots of fun. We have got a couple of events coming up this weekend as well. Oh, this one first, yeah. This has been long awaited as well in the Redwood part of our ward. This is the Neighbourhood Links opening, which is a former Plunket building there, which has been completed and now opened. Much needed and will be very well used in the area too. Nice signage placement, thank you. The Children's Day, there's that photograph again. I don't know who took it, but it's getting a wide showing around the boards. This, of course, was started by our ward. I'd just like to emphasise that, and I'd like to thank Helen Miles specifically for all the work that she puts in on this. The board has actually asked that thanks specifically go to her. Now we had an update on this yesterday actually, and the CNC team, I have to say, have been doing a marvellous job with the communication side of things, and the information they send out regularly, which we put on our Facebook page, is much appreciated in the ward. So acknowledgement to that. What you can see there are major metal girders in the middle of the Waimakariri Bridge, which will be the third lane that is going in there. At the moment, this requires one of the lanes to be closed in the evening, and a large crane is then used to do the work over one of the lanes into the centre, readying for the surface to go down. So this is part of the CNC Northern Corridor project. The consultation document for the downstream effects management plan is being delivered and is online now for have your say. It is headlined how we propose to manage the increase in traffic when the Christchurch Northern Corridor opens. In that document it is outlined, the consultation is covering 3 areas. First stage of, what's our next picture have we done now? Oh, we've got more events coming up, but I'll do the CNC first. The first part, the first stage in that consultation document covers projects proposed before the CNC opens. The second stage are projects proposed within 3 years of the CNC opening, and the third stage is projects proposed after the CNC opens. I think what's really important to note here is, I think it would be fair to say that no one wants the traffic to come through the area and the ward, quite clearly. The traffic is coming. There has been feedback from the community that we need to look at trying to reduce the amount of traffic coming in rather than looking at dealing with the traffic coming in. A couple of things that I would say to address that is the traffic will be coming in sooner than it would take us to put things in place to try and slow the amount of traffic coming in. So that's a really important consideration. So we can do nothing, we can't do nothing, I should say. So that's why we are going down the path that we are, and wanting feedback from the community. And our submissions will be heard, or we will hear from the community on this as well over the next wee while. I have got the dates here. I did have the dates here. So we're having drop-in sessions on Wednesday the 20th of March, Monday the 25th of March, and Tuesday the 26th of March, and Thursday the 4th of April. And all of this is online and is on the document as well. And it's a very comprehensive document, and our ward staff are being extremely supportive if there are any questions from the community around that. So that's probably the most major event at the moment. How many trees did they say are being planted? Did they say 800,000 or something? It's a massive amount of planting. It's the biggest planting project in the South Island at the moment, with the amount of planting that's going on in the area. These are the next two events very popular in our ward, the Maidaho Community Day. and so that is happening this Saturday. And then the next day we have the Papanui Neighbourhood Fair, and that again is a very popular event in both parts of the ward. It's sort of either ends of the wards, which is quite good. And what is happening? Yeah, absolutely. So this is the St Albans Park reopening, which I referred to earlier, 31st of March, 2 to 3 o'clock, and we've got the skate jam, which is very popular in the area as well, 1 to 4. And that is all.
Great. Thank you very much. Well, that's left some time for questions. Are there any questions for Ali? Aaron.
Ali, could you just point out where the doors are on that building? I can't quite see them.
Yeah, we quite like the colour of those doors, but they varied slightly from the original colour. Everyone a gem, Aaron, I know. But it's, I don't think there's been any traffic incidents as a result of those doors, so they're doing their job.
Potentially aircraft may come in.
Yeah, well, there is that, yeah.
Great, thank you. Phil.
Thank you, Ellie. Just referring to the Cranford Street and the downstream from the extra lane on the bridge. So you'll recall that, in fact, the last council tried to stop this. In fact, weren't able to. So what I'm wondering now, though, is given the current circumstances, if your community board might support some mitigating ways of doing this, like, for example, supporting a high occupancy vehicle lane on Cranford Street.
At the moment, those discussions are going on between NZTA and the other partners in the project, and of course the Waimakariri District Council, which is a key partner in this as well. So that's related to park and ride too. So it's one of those mitigation or one of the things that we could use to mitigate the amount of traffic. But yes, HOV is in the mix, and it is referred to in the document as well.
And are the board part of those discussions, Ellie?
Well, we're updated regularly on them, so it's being dealt with at a staff level, and then as a governance body we're informed on that, and any questions or concerns we've got, we are encouraged to feedback to them. So the communication has been really good, Phil. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great, thank you very much. Mike.
Thanks. Not a question, just a comment. And quickly about that, I'm pretty sure the staff are very aware of what the board's thoughts are around the effects of that motorway, both upstream and downstream. But I just wanted to touch on the Plunket Room. I don't think many people realise that when that was originally built in the early 60s, it was actually the Redwood Community Centre, and it wasn't until 1969 that it became the Plunket Room. So 50 years on, it's actually going back to the community as a community facility.
You may have noticed that Mike did some research as he did the opening for that particular facility, so thank you for mentioning that, Mike. That's all, thank you.
Great, thank you very much indeed, Ali, for a very full presentation. Clearly a lot going on in your part of town at the moment. So if I can have a mover to receive that report. Pauline, seconded by Mike. All those in favour say aye. Against?